In order to create the rig, we need first to have a correct geometry. I'm going to we need to modify all the geometry. We need to delete the history. We need to center the pivot to 0. We need to do a lot of stuff into the geometry before it's ready to be rigged. I have written some guidelines into what you need to do for that. So you need a whole character. What does that mean? In this character, in this case, originally the body didn't contain the feet. So you have the shoes and then you have the body. So I went and I did a little bit a proxy geometry. So this was the body. Let me see, where is the body? This is the body, didn't have feet. I did a proxy body, which fit, with feet. So anyway, that's what I mean with a whole character. We need this to transfer the skinning from this geometry to the rest of the pieces of the character. So it's better if we have it all. Even if you're just rendering some part, it's good to have a full body just for to do the skinning. We need that correct pose. We need an A pose or a T pose. Basically, the A pose or the T pose is at the middle of the range of motion of each one of the limbs. So, for example, the ideal will be that it's not completely straight or not completely bent. It's in the middle of the range of motion for each part of the body. That's the idea. Even the knees, I will put them a little bit bent. I think this could work. And in the case of the arms, I don't like here the arms being curved. Usually they should look straight because it's going to be difficult to find here an elbow. If you see the arms, they're very curved. That's not good. They look like more like a curve here, and there is not a way or there is not a side from where they look straight, right? Anyway. I'm not going to modify the model. I'm going to try to rig it like as it is, but you all, just so you have it in consideration. You also need a head. This is my head, and this head needs to work correctly with the body. So right now I have the body, I have the head, and for example, if I do a blend shape between the head and the body, the form, blend shape, I can turn it to 1 and everything works correctly, right? How did I create this head? This head is something a little bit, not complicated, but you need to do it for every character. And I have prepared another scene here where I don't have that head. For example, if I select the first 1,000 vertices of this character, these are the first 1,000 vertices. I'm selecting them with this script. So I'm selecting from vertex 0 to 1,000. You know that the vertex have a vertex order or a vertex index. And this is the first 1,000 vertices. But what happened if I do that in my other file, in this file that it's already worked out? So for example, if here I do the same and I select the first 1,000 vertices, the first 1,000 vertices are the top of the head only. And I can select the first 2,000 and they are still on the head. Let me select them. The first 2,000, they're still in the head. Okay, the first 3,000. I'm just modifying this script so you can see. I select this geometry, click. These are the first 3,000. So the first vertices are the top of the head. That's how I know that this is correct. And in order to do that, it's very simple. The only thing that you need to do if you want to create the face, this one is the one that's not working, look. Yes, this is the one that's not working. First, you need to select the faces. Let's select the faces. We need to select the faces that we want to keep as the head. Let me select them. Let's select here. Let's select these faces. Okay, just trying to get a straight line here. Of course, ideally this should be symmetrical, but let me add a little bit more here. I think this line is good to define the head, and it should be a little bit more because sometimes the jaw might interfere with a little bit of the chest in this case, especially for this character. Okay, so maybe these are the faces that I want to turn into the head. So what do I need to do? First, I need to select inversed, and let me duplicate. Okay, I duplicate the body, and I have two bodies now. Or I duplicate this, I don't know if I duplicate the geometries. No, I duplicate the body. And let's split this with edit mesh. Detach. Okay, so now I detach this part. It's one geometry, and I have this other part, which is the head. What happens if I select this body Raul now and I move it? Okay, I have it here. I have body Raul. I select it. I have here the body. I have here the head. And I did a copy here, right? Let's see the copy. Well, the copy is not selected. Let's return this one to 0. Let me delete this. Okay, anyway, so once I detach it, I just need to split it. So I'm just gonna mesh, separate it. So I have now a head and a body. And this is going to be my head, so I'm just going to duplicate the head. This is going to be my final head. I'm just going to rename it head. And the body is going to be joining these two, putting together these two geometries. You first need to select the head, then the body, and then you go to mesh, combine. The order is very important because if you don't select them in the correct order, the vertices are not going to match. Then if you select first the body, the first vertices are going to be in the body and not in the head. And now we can see here, if I select this, that it still is splitted, right? I need to merge these vertices. So let's select them. So let's select them, merge vertices. So there you go. Now they are all merged. If I select the vertices, yes, they are all merged. And if I select the first 1000 vertices of this geometry, or the first 1000 faces, I mean, that's what I'm selecting, are 2000 faces. The first 2000 faces are these ones, you see? So the first faces are going to be on the top part of the head. And now I can do the blend shape between this one, between the head and this one. I can do at the form, rigging, the form, blend shape, and I can just select here the blend shape. The blend shape created an error. Head, polysurface, the form, blend shape. And the error is because I have this option check topology turned on. I need to turn it off in order to be able to blend shape between geometries with different vertex count. So I'm going to create this blend shape. And once I did it, I have here the blend shape, you see? I can turn it to on and it's not going to modify anything. Now we can do the rig of the face in this geometry, and then later on we are going to blend shape it into the body. Okay, so this is how you prepare it. Let me delete, just to finish this preparing it, I will have to delete the blend shape and delete the history in general. So I'm going to press Alt-Shift-D to delete the history. I'm going to call this body Raul, which was the original name. And now I have a body Raul that matches the head, and I have a head that it's going to help me to rig only the head. Okay, so this is how it's going to work. I have everything here, and I think that's all I have to say for this video.